Hey everyone, Chad here, and welcome to some Castlevania, and HD to be exact. And if you guys are wondering, God, what the hell is this? And what on earth is this, Chad? Jesus Christ. I came here to see some Crisis 2 footage. I don't know, but this is a little new. I was playing some Castlevania the other night with my friend Dan, and Neely. Dan introduced us into this with basically hands open. And he took us under his wing, and we learned how to play. Now, so we learned how to play this game, and it was pretty much I don't know how to say it. It was definitely a different game for me. From coming from a shooter standpoint, and I was just like, what is this? You know, platforming. You know, you had to jump over this, jump on this, jump on that, jump on this, jump. You know what I mean? There's a lot of double jumping in this game, and before I get started into this review, my first impressions in this game. I basically want to start out and say, right out of the gates, this game can be real fun, but real aggravating at the same time. Keep that in mind throughout this whole video. But throughout, if you guys are wondering right now, hey, dude, this thing looks pretty cool. Maybe I want to get this. This will run you around $25 in total for all the upgrades, meaning you can get all the downloadable map packs for it, getting the whole thing together, basically. And, you can learn how to play this game pretty easy. I think to really fully learn how to play this game, I think you really just have to kind of wing it and just go at it and die a lot. That's how you would learn how to play this game. But like I said, this game will run you around $12 just for the game itself, and $25 basically will be both downloadable content, meaning the maps you can get with this game, and those run you another $12. So really, and all this whole entire thing you put together, it's going to cost you right around $25 in Microsoft points. The game itself is 1,200 Microsoft points, if you guys are just wondering. Anyways, I'm going to get right into it. This is the first chapter, basically, for this game, and it's basically a learning chapter for myself and me and Neely. It was just learning how to play, learning how to double jump, learning how to do the dual crush. You can see there, that's a teammate. When you crush that, both your teammates do an attack together. This game goes by 2 bars up there in the left top corner. The green meaning your magic and the red meaning your health. Or green meaning the attack you can do on the little buttons. As you see here, when I open up this little page coming up here, I'll get into what each of those do for your magic. And here we go. So anyways, you can do your offensive gear, defensive. We're going into my offensive. And this is when I was telling Dan, what do I do? What do I, you know what I mean? I was trying to explain to them what part of this is this. So this is all your attacks, basically. Obviously, I know now. B is you're playing knife. It's just a little throwing knife you throw. I believe I'm Jonathan to say for the character. But you can put different things you can have on your B button for your attack. You can have a knife. Obviously the knife. You can have an axe. You can have, a paper plane, or you know what I mean. You can throw different attacks in there. Each one of them are different levels, and so I haven't really experienced this much as in all the cool weapons it has in this game. But you can do different combos. You can do different weapons. You know what I mean. So it's pretty fun that way. But other than that, you can see there's a guard there, RB. That I never really used in this game. I usually just ran around and died. It was a pretty bad experience. I was like, why am I dying so quick? And I just realized you're really supposed to block half the attacks. You don't get hit that much. But other than that, you can see here, I'm going to explain more, is the timer. It's up in the top right corner there. And if you guys are wondering what the hell is that, it's basically a timer saying, hey, listen, you got to finish this level by that time. That's really what it means. But you can actually lose this by that timer, because if you die or one of your teammates dies, it takes 3 minutes off that and basically you run around like this little skeleton dude, and you're pretty much defenseless unless if one of your teammates finally comes up, revives you, and then you come back to life and you have power weapons again. It's kind of like you can kill things then, but basically you're vulnerable for until you get revived, and if you keep dying again, it's another 3 minutes. So basically, if you're singled out without your teammates' help and you're kind of all by yourself and you die, you could really get in trouble there. Basically, I don't try to die. I usually try to stick with my teammates, but a lot of times in these maps, they'll try to throw you in different places. Like, I'll start on top, they'll start on the bottom, and it can get kind of crazy because, once you're away from your teammates and you don't know how to play this game, or, you get stuck fighting this guy and you end up dying, it can get really aggravating. This game can get really aggravating, but also really fun at the end. Like I said, double jumping and platforming in this game sometimes can be really irritating. I'm going to say one thing right out of the gates there. Double jumping, a little tip, if you guys are wondering if you do get this game, try holding in A the longest time to your point of your jump, meaning your peak. And then right when you hit the peak of your jump, you want to hit A again, and that's kind of like, that would be like the full double jump. A lot of people were just pressing A and A, thinking that's a double jump that will go to your highest thing, which it actually won't. It's actually all about timing. You hold A, get to peak your jump, hit A again, and that'll get you that full, that'll give you the full high jump in this game. I obviously learned that throughout these levels. Throughout these levels, as you go through them, you'll see chests like that, and like we're right below my guy. And also, if you're wondering what guy I am the cape guy, the one in the yellow there. And Neely's the girl, and Dan is the little knight guy, if you guys are wondering. And Neely's the girl. Haha, that's pretty funny to me. And so, anyways, as you go through these levels, you can see you kind of have to do a little double jumping, a little bit of some combat too, because of these little floaty things come around, and these little monsters that just kind of irritate you and basically try to kill you. So you have to kind of learn how to really put them both together and basically learn how to kind of jump and throw a weapon at the same time, which that can be pretty tricky. That's just throwing a lot at you in the first level. But I mean, other than that, I mean, this is a nice break from shooters, and it's it's pretty fun. It has some really cool music too. I don't know if you guys can really hear. You'll probably hear Dan and Neely talk because they actually were coming through my speakers. Sadly, I didn't know why I turned that off, but they were coming through my speakers also. But you'll hear some like rock and roll, like orchestra music, you know what I mean? It's kind of like an instrumental instrumental music, and basically you'll hear like a bunch of rock music, and it's pretty cool actually to play this game with just the sound on. And it's unique because you're usually used to like some soundtrack from like the newest band out and stuff like that, but this game just throws some crazy rockness at you, so that's pretty fun if you're like a rock fan like myself. So also I want to get into what you see keep popping up there is the dual crush. And basically what that dual crush is for your teammate, and you put them, you both hit the button, and you basically do this huge like beam of like this really cool attack. I mean, I tried it a couple times, but the only problem is it takes that little green bar and it basically depletes it all the way, and it can get you in trouble if you're in a boss battle because you basically need all the way up to really get effective, you know what I mean? So I mean, it's good and bad. Maybe it's good to finish off a boss. Who knows? But as you can see there, as you kill monsters and you go throughout, you collect food, you collect different type of mediocre weapons. But the real weapons where it's at is basically on the boss kills. You get like a chest, and that's what gets you kind of like the rare weapons, the rare capes, the more prized possessions are usually when you kill the bosses. As you go throughout this level, you'll learn that your teammates will probably struggle at double jumping, like Neely is. He was basically struggling trying to get up here, but also you also want to look out for the boss in these, because he can actually kill you. You don't have to be in that little room with him. He can kill you throughout this whole entire map, and a lot of them will actually leave and come around the map and try to kill you. As you can see, this big ass laser trying to kill us. But that's what I'm saying. Like most of the bosses you get through these chapters will actually come out of their area where they're normally at, and they'll come out and try to kill you, which is pretty much aggravating, but you also got to look out for that. A lot of them will be stationary, and some of them will come at you, but some of them actually will have a laser that come out through the whole map and try and kill you, so that can get kind of aggravating. That's a little heads up, maybe I should try and not do that, so anyways, basically here's the boss fight, and basically I get kind of lost here. I kind of like jump at him a few times, start like trying to like, he's stomping on me here, and I'm like, oh my god, what do I do? I'm trying to fire at it was pretty aggravating to say the least. And as you can see here, he crushes all these little floor things, and I actually get stuck on the second floor there, thinking that I kind of freaked out there. I was like, oh my god, what the hell's going on? Basically I thought I had to jump back up and platform all the way back up to the top and go where we just came from. But then I realized I can just jump down here and jump down with them, because I thought it was actually going to kill us if we actually hit the bottom. I just realized they're like, oh dude, it doesn't even kill you. I'm like, oh. But they ended up killing the boss there at the end there, and we get the chest, and we get some pretty unique items. And that's what I was talking about, the rare items you get in this game after you kill a boss. But other than that, guys, this has been my first impression videos, and we finished it right there before the 13-minute mark on the timer. But if you guys like this video, let me know. Let me give your opinion. Maybe you have an opinion about Castlevania, or maybe I might have missed something. All right, guys. So let me know. Anyways, guys, this has been Chad, and you guys take care.